very much for putting me right between Tim and Todd this morning. The pressure is on. Let me do what I can. I want to share a bit from the HQ perspective, because I am from the headquarters. I've flown 14 and a half hours to get here. My arms are tired, all the flying. I want to share a bit from the HQ perspective in terms of what print means to Samsung. It's very aligned to all the messaging that Tim just shared. But why printing for Samsung, and why Samsung printing? I think those are the two relevant questions that I think you'll have in your minds as you talk about our partnerships, perspective as well as existing. And I just want to share those views. So, to jazz up a little bit, the brain tease you in the morning, it's early. We had late night. So I throw a number up here of 8 million with a question mark. It is relevant to print, that's the tip. But if you want to, with a raise of your hand, share a comment on what this number may mean, I'll take some comments or answers. Any raise of hands? Is it too early in the morning? This is a number of hours that went in to make our first generation A3 Copier. It came out in the market in 2010, 3 years ago. And I know some of you will be asking the question of why printing for Samsung? Okay. I do get that sometimes in my field work, and I think it's a poignant thing that we do ask this question. And I'd like to share from HQ how we view this. Print is still one of the largest segments for the IT market. It's from McKinsey and IDC. And in fact, it's about 200 billion large. That's bigger than mobile PCs. And that's bigger than display, just in the monetary category. More important is the share of that business happening in the office and the business world. So Tim's earlier points, B2B being very core to our strategy going forward for 2020 vision, that percentage is very, very important. So, in fact, if you do the quick calculation, it is the largest B2B segment for our corporation. It's bigger than, again, by TVs and desktop PCs and monitors. It's 176 billion large for A3, A4, hardware, consumables, and some extended solution and services. All relevant for everybody in this room. And Tim touched upon it in a slightly different way, but I want to give our spin on this. Samsung's rise to leadership in all the product categories happened through disruptions and paradigm shifts. It happened with Potbelly TVs to flat panel and IP and smart TVs. It happened for our smartphones, as you know, from feature phones to smartphones. And it's happening with our digital cameras. We believe printing is also experiencing this, and it's happening for us as well in what we call the new PostPC era. Last year was the first year that the no PC demand has decreased in the market, despite the fact that there was Windows 8 launch. Gone are the days that all the print jobs had to happen from your desktop and your local PCs. More and more, from smartphones to tablets to potentially even some wearable devices that we're going to enjoy in this post-PC world, is going to need to print. And this, we believe, is where Samsung can take on and then lead this paradigm shift in the new post-PC era. It's a bit funny chart, but I want to explain this a little bit. On the x-axis is the technology transition. The servers used to be in the data centers, now it's more in the cloud and the utilitarian world that we live in. No more the PC clients, but the embedded devices. The network has gone beyond the local area networks to 3G, 4G, and even 5G. It won't be far that we're going to have our own LTE cells in our homes and households. On the y-axis are all the software solutions. It used to be the traditional where you have the in-house software developers doing all the systems integration. Going forward, it's going to be on the app stores, it'll be on the cloud, it'll be software service. So from the bottom left to the innovative top right, we feel that Samsung printing through the support of software solutions and applications and all the services that will go along, can lead this paradigm shift. So, for the partners that are with us, and some of the prospective partners that's considering to work with us closely, I want to touch upon why Samsung Printing. We are uniquely positioned where we own the full end-to-end value chain with all the capabilities, from design to all the component technologies between Samsung Corporation and Samsung Group of companies owned together. And here I want to highlight one very special technology called System on Chip, or very print-oriented CPUs that we actually engineer ourselves. Our own engineering that covers electrical, precision mechanical, toners, chemical, optical, software solutions. Manufacturing beyond all the manufacturing ourselves, where we can control the entire process, including the supply chain excellence. And most important in this value chain, which is the reason why I'm here today, is to garner your partnership in ending the full end-to-end value assets. We need your services, your pre and post and technical support excellence that can deliver to the customer the full end-to-end value chain. It is going to get strengthened because of our assets internally, especially in Suwon, Korea, where we have access to tons and tons of software engineers. So we have a bit of a joke inside. The Galaxy phone is running on what operating system? We call this Androids. We have more than 10,000 software engineers that are working on all of the UX and all the services to enhance the whole user experience. It's those assets that Samsung Printing can take on and extend for mobile printing, for the app stores and the cloud solutions, with some remote VI and also the remote access capabilities that we're creating as a foundation for our business going forward. More important, we do have the products to cover the gamut. From very much at the personal level, at the express category, to small and medium-sized businesses, and also to corporates, where we have a multi-express line of printers and MFPs. And Tim shared this. Proof is in the pudding. We are number 2 maker for the 8-volt laser space. And in fact, we are second largest laser engine provider in the world next to Canon. Despite your belief, it's not HP. It's Canon is number 1 and Samsung is number 2. By the way, we actually make about 7.5 million laser printers in a year. And you didn't count that. That's about 40 plus printers and MFPs per minute that we sell. To highlight that engineering and the DNA that we tout, we have it all internally end to end. Most important, I think, is our commitment to investment going forward. Be it understanding of the market, and in being places like here, where we hear your voices, we take your feedback, we take it all the way back to our product planning and our marketing strategies, to do R&D and the 8 million hours that I spoke to, and then the channel ecosystem partners that we want to build together, and marketing. And in fact, one of the partners here spoken to me last week that we need to beef up our brand awareness and our marketing. And Todd's going to answer today in his chart. I saw it. We're working on that, where you're going to enjoy some of that coming into this market as soon as this second half of the year. And commitment to R&D going forward, where this full circle will extend itself and continue. And my last chart, but I think probably the most relevant for the audience here, is our commitment to channels and partners. We are 100% committed. We are too busy doing our greatness in the products and the technologies. We need your help to deliver these great products and solutions to the market. So be it the product revenue or all your consulting revenues or the cross-sell category potential, it's going to be all yours. We will not compete for that business with you. So with that, let's print the future together. Thank you very much.